3, 2, 1. Hi guys, please, here we are at the final game. Please forgive all, blips and bleeps and blorps and any editing mistakes that I've made throughout this. I'm just figuring out this software. However, this does not mean that the games were not incredible and that they were worthy of being viewed. At least I think they're fun. I enjoy watching other players, so that was sort of the main reason why I decided to do this myself. Here we go. Leaping Master in. He has his 2-2-1. I'm going to defend it with my Archer's Parapet. By the way, if you like these, you should obviously be subscribed to Channel Fireball on YouTube, where you can watch all kinds of awesome videos from awesome players like Travis Wu and LSV and Louis Scott Vargas, that is, amongst others. Here he is. He's attacked with his Leaping Master, and now he's played a Morph. I was somewhat nervous to block with the Archer's Parapet, but if he's going to use a burn spell to finish it off after the damage has been partially dealt to it, I'm not that sad. Gets it out of his hand. Down goes the Misfire Weaver. I'm not interested in blocking with it, I don't think. I have 2 Dragon Scale Boons in my hand, which means in a next turn I will be able to have a nasty combat trick if need be. Like I said, keep the Misfire Weaver, so when I get a bigger creature, it will be able to defend it, or he'll be able to defend himself. Again, he grants hexproof. Here I have to discard, and dang, I just really want both those Dragon Scale Boons, but if one has to go, it has to go. Plus, on like the strategy standpoint, if he sees that it gets discarded, he's probably under the impression that I don't have another one, right? Dismal Blackwater is a dismal draw. It's kind of prevents me from playing the Advent Surveyor next turn or playing the Dragon Scale Boon this turn. However, there's not even a however here. It's just a bad draw. Bad Dismal Blackwater. His board is filling up with little weeny scary creatures, and I know that his deck is capable of producing larger ones as well. Things are looking bad, as dismal as the backwater in my hand, you might say. The Dragon Scale Boon in my hand, I'm happy that I have it, but I'm also nervous. He's shown that he has plenty of tricks that could potentially blow me out in 2-for-1s if I use the Dragon Scale Boon, but here I sort of have no choice. That was me again. That was the last time you're gonna get to hear that. I'm doing the other videos as well. Okay, so I'm blocking the Leaping Master. The reason is, of all those creatures, it's the one that I want to survive the least, because if it survives later in the game, he'll be able to leap, fly, and kill me. Alright, so here we have something. He's tapped all of his mana and done nothing with it. Okay. So I will be playing my Dragon Scale Boon, blocking the Leaping... Oh, he flipped his Inoc Tracker. Okay, so there is the Dismal Blackwater. We are definitely behind. He's got a 3/3 with First Strike. That was good use of his mana. I have my 4/4 Morph, which I can flip now to give Hexproof, which is relevant considering all the things that his deck could potentially do to destroy my creature. In comes the Goblin Heel Cutter. This guy is a very unforgiving. He's a very unforgiving deck, and he's very unforgiving in the way he plays it. Goblin Heel Cutter, bad. I figure if he's going to tap my 4/4 because my Archer's Parapet won't be able to kill any of his blockers. Thus, it's a good idea for me now to flip him up, give him hexproof, so at least he'll be able to kill one of the things that are going to attack me. Flipping him up will power him down. He'll lose a defense, gain an attack, which means that he can no longer block the Inoc Tracker, but it makes it so he will be able to block something. And in the instance when you're being attacked with 4 creatures, blocking one of them is ideal. Oh dear. He also is going all in. He's got his enchantment. He's given his creature +2/+2 in First Strike. Tapped the Archer's Parapet. and we are in a bad scenario. 3 of these creatures I cannot block, because if I did, I would lose my Misfire Weaver. However, taking 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, taking 10 damage is also not something I'm interested in against a black deck. So we're trading for the Heel Cutter, mainly because I do not want that thing dashing in again. I think if it dashed in again, it would probably mean the end of the game. So I'm down to 5 life, and things are not great. Ethereal Ambush was a very strong draw. However, I am more inclined to play the Avid Surveyor. This is one of those opportunities to get a 2-for-1 right off the bat. Removing that, I really dislike those rune marks. I never play them for reasons like that. Cards like Avid Surveyor, bounce spells. Anytime you're playing blue, enchantments can be not quite as great. Here we go, Avid Surveyor blocking, and I'm okay trading here. I know I'm losing creatures like crazy, but the fact is I'm surviving. Avid Surveyor did its job. It bounced a creature. It fixed the tempo of the game. It sort of put things back into neutrality. The Inoc Tracker is a 3/3 that can't really bust through my parapet. Pyrotechnics will finish it off, and that was a bold use of him. Considering I was at 4 life, he could have hit me for 4 and put me down to 1, but he decided to destroy my only blocker. If I did not draw that land, or if I didn't have Ethereal Ambush in my hand, that would have been a very good move. However, he has to assume if I'm in the finals, I have good spells as well, and the Pyrotechnics may have been better used to hit me in the face. However, Supplicant Form, zap. Sorry about that. For those of you who've been listening all this time, that wasn't fair. We're going to return the Inoc Tracker to his hand, and I get a copy of it. Wow, what a great tempo shift. Again, this deck, from when I built it right from the beginning, was sort of a tempo-based deck. It was about just getting ahead of time, getting ahead of turns, small attrition-like advantage. And I, again, still don't think it's the world's greatest deck. Inoc Tracker standing up against 2 2/2s, and he only has 3 life, and it is dead. Thank goodness for Ethereal Ambush being a card that exists. Here we go. Don't have many other options but to play it, obviously, and hope that he does not have one of his many tricks in his hand. There is all the lands. The Dismal Backwater looking dismal as usual. I was anticipating perhaps a Canyon Lurkers. That was the Inoc Tracker, of course, the one that I had sent back. And here we go, drawing the Abzan Beastmaster. Very good draw, one of the few good draws I could probably have. I'm playing extra quickly now because if you look at my clock, I'm at only 3 minutes left. Inoc Beastmaster, as long as it is tied or has the highest butt on the field, defense, highest toughness, I get to draw 2 cards, which means that I would have only drawn an island. In this case, I drew an island and an Avid Surveyor, which makes a world of difference. I decide not to attack with it because I know his deck is fraught with heel cutters and other things, other hasty things, so I wanted to make sure I had defense, assuming that this game could go a bit longer, and if it does, my Beastmaster is going to be drawing me 2 cards a turn. In this case, again, I drew another island, would have been my fate. However, with the Beastmaster, I was able to also draw the Whisperwood Elemental. Here we go. He still doesn't have a white mana. I attack with the Avid Surveyor. Dumb move. If he slow rolled the plains here, he would be able to leap over and put me down to 1 life. But I do know that he has 20 life to take down, and this game has to end sooner than later if my life is only at 3. Here we have 2 solid draws. I don't know what his morph is, and there are several morphs in black that can have silly ways of dealing extra life to you. However, you got to win. So I go with the Manifest, Inoc Guide, gonna make it a bear. And may as well get the Hooting Mandrills out as well. I mean, I'm not playing I'm not considering Crux of Fate right now. It's not of interest to me. Now things have officially swung back into my favor. Everything has swung back other than time, because you cannot turn back time, and it is ticking. We've drawn 2 more. We've got the Grandma, and now I'm being... Oh, that Manifest is... It's the Elemental. It's Tauren Elemental. which I just saw. I think when I was playing, I had just noticed that myself as well. I didn't know, which is very good. It's very good news because that means I can flip it and I'll be able to kill the Leaping Master. It also means that I should have flipped it before and won the game, but that's fine. I still think things are heavily in my favor. Beastmaster drawing me more cards. Holy, now we are starting to get a bit of an embarrassment of riches, but you know what, when you have 3 life, this can all mean, it's like winning the lottery at 95 years old, you know what I mean? It could all be for nothing. So you got to win. However, I'm playing it ultra safe here. You could very well argue too safe. But I feel as though if he draws the burn spell here, then he could just have a really, really good day. And who am I to take that away from someone? Again, drawing extra cards. And I go in for a humble 8 damage. You know, could have done more, but I've decided that that is all that it takes. Win the match. He compliments on my cards. Send him a GG's. And there you go, guys. That was my first time I've ever done this. There were several mistakes. I don't anticipate too many people to watch this. I'm going to try to pimp it out in several places. Hopefully you weren't annoyed if I did so. But I would like to have a small audience of people just to discuss Magic with. And I love Magic. Being in the Dominican Republic, you don't get to play it with quite as many people as you would in Canada. I have lots of friends in Canada that play, but here there is a team, but it's just a bit more difficult. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. I had a blast doing this, and see you later. Well, it had to end somehow.